maybe also in Kalamata. And it has, yes, and what can be done to also combat these new drugs who can be very harmful and even fatal.
Right.
You know anything about this?
What, this new drug?
This is crack.
Oh.
They call crack and
Yeah.
ice.
Yeah. Look, it's there's not enough drugs by police. They say that drugs, as far as crime go, drugs account for about 75% of all crimes committed in a community. So, correspondingly, there should be a large proportion of the police effort to solve that crime directed towards drugs. I think there'll be less than 500 cops in New South Wales that are solely devoted towards investigating drugs. So 75% of your crime is caused by drugs, but less than 10% of the police force's total resources is directed towards drugs. And that's why we'll never win. Until they get fair income and start putting thousands of cops on the trail of drug dealers and drug addicts, we'll go nowhere, along with the legislation to put these people in jail for a long time.
Thank you very much.
Now, I don't think anyone should be disappointed by the small numbers of the audience tonight. I think what matters is the quality of the meeting and the quality of the questions, the quality of the answers, the quality of the speakers has been high. That's one thing. In that sense, we've lived up to the best traditions of the Roundtable Forums, of which this is number 13 if you're not superstitious. And also the other thing where the audience numbers don't really matter is the coverage of this meeting has been quite large. It was mentioned in the Sydney Morning Herald this morning, although unfortunately the time wasn't mentioned. Never mind, it was mentioned. It was the previous forum we had was mentioned in the Australian edition of The Spectator, which is a London international magazine. So although we may not have huge numbers in this particular room, an awful lot of people knew and about this particular series of meetings, and your presence here is doubly appreciated. It's a busy time of year. People have got their feet on banana skins. Now, I've appreciated enormously the statements and information that Tim Priest has managed to convey, because the central fact, as a pedestrian, as a long-term pedestrian who uses the streets a hell of a lot, I've never owned a car. Some of my best friends drive, but I don't. The one thing which came across overwhelmingly in his address was that the kind of lack of control over the true nature of crime and the inability to handle the actual substance of crime was affecting the quality of life, the quality of our lives, your life, my life, is being affected. The whole fabric of the community is being affected, and the quality of life is declining because of the inability to come to grips with the central trauma of our existence, which is the ability of people to get away with being sleazebags and to thumb their noses, not at authority or the police, but at the whole of society. The whole of society is being turned into a mockery by the kind of things which are going on. Good night.
I have to go. My wife's an emergency nurse and she's on night shift and I've got to go.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Now, I have many friends who do tell me that they won't use the streets. They will not go out at night. They're frightened. So the quality of their lives is being affected. The quality of my life is being affected because I'm not allowed to enjoy, to have the pleasure of the company of my friends. And when I look at people, and I go out at night all the time, as late as you like, in places as public as you like, most of the people around me are much younger, 40 years younger than me. I don't care a damn. But when you see older people in the streets at night, then they look just a little bit like refugees, just a little bit like fugitives. They look as though they're frightened of their environment, as though they're in a war zone. So what Tim Priest has said to me overwhelmingly as a person who loves the night and who loves the city is that the quality of our lives has been affected by the kind of lack of policing we've got and by the tolerance of evil. And he's given a great talk, even though he's no longer, he had to leave. That's part of being, a busy life. Now, I'm glad you came tonight. I appreciate your participation. There will be another forum in March, another roundtable forum. That'll be number 14. If you have any ideas about any topic you'd like to be addressed, then you leave your details with Robin or Beverly at the front desk, and your opinions and your feedback, bread on the waters. We appreciate that very much. We hope to have another of these in March, and the tradition goes on. But it is widely known and it has been publicised, and we have been on all sorts of internet avenues of information. We're not disappointed by the small numbers. We accept this as part of the cut and thrust of running the roundtable forums. The next one will be different again. And thank you very much. Give yourselves a rousing hand right now.